Good morning, fifth grade. This week's review with Rindo is going to have us practicing multiplying and dividing by powers of 10. Now, when I say powers of 10, I'm talking about the numbers that you see on the screen right now. So we know that the number 10 and the number 100 and the number 1,000, these numbers down this column are very powerful numbers because they're all more or less multiples of 10. So you know that the number 10 is just 10, but that 100 can be made by multiplying 10 twice. And that 1,000 can be made by multiplying 10 three times. And that 10,000 is made by multiplying 10 four times. And we can use exponential notation. So if we're multiplying 10 two times, that's the same thing as 10 to the second power. And if we're multiplying 10 three times, that's the same thing as 10 to the third power. Now, the reason we use the word power is because 10 is the most powerful number in math, because it lends itself to a lot of snap of the fingers solutions, really fast, efficient solutions that we can use because of the power of that number. And so we're going to talk about that right now. We have two problems right here. One of these is taking 639 and 5/10 and multiplying it by 10. And then the other one is taking that same number and dividing it by 10. So let's go ahead and first talk about the first one. If we're taking 639 and 5/10 and multiplying it by 10, let's not forget that what we're really doing is we're adding that number 10 times, which could be kind of long and laborious, but there is a snap of the fingers solution. By now, we should have learned that when we have a decimal number and we're going to multiply it by 10, that we can simply do a decimal shift. And so when we are multiplying by 10, that is going to be one shift and is going to be to the right because our number should be getting larger when we're multiplying by 10. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to shift that decimal one spot to the right. And when we do that, our number becomes a new total. And now we see that our answer should be 6,395. All right. Now let's talk about the one on the bottom. If we're taking 639 and 5/10 and dividing it by 10, it means we're taking that number and splitting it up equally into 10 groups. So in this situation, instead of shifting that decimal point to the right, we're going to take that decimal and we're going to shift it one place to the left. So we're going to move it one spot in this direction. And again, if we're dividing by 10, our number should be getting smaller because sometimes we forget which direction to go with that decimal point. So when I move that decimal one spot to the left, we see that our answer should be 63 and 95 hundredths. All right, let's take a look at another one. This time, we're going to take 804 and 69 hundredths, and we're going to multiply it by 100 and then divide it by 100. So for the first one, we're adding that number 100 times, which is a lot. But we know that if we're multiplying by 100, that we can simply take that decimal point and shift it two places to the right. And by the way, the reminder, I think you guys have figured this out. When you see that there's two zeros right there, that's kind of the reminder that we're going to be doing two decimal shifts. So we're going to move this decimal point one spot, two spots to the right. And when we do that, one shift, two shifts, our answer ends up being 80,469. Now, on the bottom, if we're going to take 804 and 69 hundredths and divide it up into 100 equal groups, we know we're going to shift the decimal point two places, but we're going to move to the left this time. So again, I'm going to show that we're shifting it one spot, two spots to the left. And when I do that, one shift, two shifts, our answer becomes a pretty lengthy decimal number, and we would probably round it in the real world, but for this one, we won't. So in this situation, I'm going to squeeze it in there. Our answer would be 8 and 469 ten-thousandths. All right, let's move on. This time we're going to multiply by 1,000 and then divide by 1,000. So we have 607 tenths, and we're adding that number 1,000 times. We know we're going to shift the decimal point. We know our answer should be getting bigger. And because I see three zeros in the number 1,000, that reminds me that we're going to be doing three decimal shifts. So I'm going to be shifting that decimal one spot, two spots, three spots to the right. So here we go. Sorry about that. Let me try again. One spot, two spots, three spots to the right. Now you see we got these weird empty spots, but we know what we can put in those empty spots. I can put a zero right there and a zero right there. And in this situation, I have to put those zeros in there because now I can see that my answer would end up being 700. All right, now we're going to take 607 tenths, and we're going to divide it up equally into 1,000 itty-bitty little tiny groups. So in this situation, we're going to shift that decimal. We're going to go 3 places, but we're going to go to the left because our quotient should end up being smaller. So we're going to go take this decimal and move it 1 spot, 2 spots, 3 spots to the left, like this. So here we go. 1, 2, 3 spots to the left. And our answer, I'm going to put a 0 in front of it, but our answer is going to be 0 and 6,007 10,000ths. 2 more, guys. Now, in this situation, you're looking at these ones, and there's something different. We don't have a decimal number here. We have 24 times 10, and we have 24 divided by 10. Now, in the past, you guys have learned like, oh, put a 0 on or take a 0 off, but that's not how we're going to do this one. So in this situation, we're still going to be doing decimal shifts because even though we don't see a decimal point, I can go ahead and add one. I can put a decimal right there. And down here, I could do the same thing. So if I do that, that's going to allow me to continue to use this decimal shift when multiplying by powers of 10. So here we go. If we're multiplying 24 times 10, that means we're adding the number 10 times, which means I'm going to do one single shift. So I'm going to go ahead and take this first one right there, and I'm going to shift that decimal 1 spot to the right, like so. So here I go. And when I do that, just like before, we end up with an empty spot, and we need to fill in that empty spot with a 0. So in that situation, our answer ends up being 240. And yeah, we put a 0 on for that one, but essentially, I want you to see that it is still a decimal shift that is actually taking place. Now in this next one, we're going to take 24 and we're going to divide it by 10, split it up into 10 equal groups. So in this situation, we're going to shift that decimal point 1 spot to the left. So I'm going to move it that way. So when I do that, we're going to shift that decimal. And now we know that if we take 24 and split it up into 10 equal groups, each group is going to get 2 and 4 tenths. All right, one more practice, friends. Here we go. All right, we're going to go ahead and take 1 and 1700ths, and we're going to multiply it by 100, and then we're going to divide it by 100. So we know, since it's 100, we know we're going to do 2 decimal shifts. So I'm going to go ahead and take this decimal point up here, and we're going to move it to the right since we are multiplying. And when I do that, we're going to end up with a product of 117. Now, on the bottom here, we're taking a pretty small number and splitting it up by a lot. We're taking 1 and 1700ths and dividing it into 100 equal groups. So in this situation, we are taking that decimal point, we are moving it to the left, and we're going to do it 2 times. So I'm going to take this decimal and I'm going to move it 1 spot, 2 spots to the left. So when I do that, here we go. There's 1 spot, and then there's 2 spots. And again, we end up with an empty spot, and we need to fill in that empty spot with a 0 right there. And in that situation, our quotient is going to be 0 and 117 10,000ths. All right, guys, your practice to go with this. Here it is. There are 10 problems, and all of them are either multiplying or dividing by a power of 10. So go ahead and work on through these. Use your decimal shifts, and make sure you're going the right direction based on whether you're multiplying or dividing, and then self-check as you go to make sure that you are doing these correct. Good luck, and have a wonderful week, my friends.